Hey guys, so a very warm welcome to Lower Body Basics Phase 2. Again, these are the basic things that I think us as human beings, regardless of an athlete or not, I think we should be able to do a lot of these things. The Phase 1, it introduced a little bit of strength training, a little bit of breathing work, and a little bit of mobility stuff. And I hope you've all found benefit from that, and we're going to try and progress on a lot of those things in this phase now. So Phase 1, we worked a lot on pelvis, so getting that pelvis to kind of tuck underneath a little bit. Not a crazy amount, just get some motion back into that pelvis and appreciate what it is like or how it feels like to have that pelvis to be tucked underneath us and not just falling forward all of the time. That's going to be important now. We even though it's called a Lower Body Basics program, we obviously do put a lot of emphasis on the rib cage, because any reaction at the rib cage is going to cause a reaction at the pelvis, which causes a reaction at the feet and everywhere else as well. So there's actually a lot of people in Lower Body Basics 1 who they had shoulder problems and neck problems, and those went away. And I'm really not surprised by that, because when we get this rib cage to start to move better, everything else moves better as a result. So you'll see in a lot of the exercises, I talk about an exhale. We really want the ribs to come down and wrap in. And then we're kind of trying to hold that in place a little bit as we move throughout our exercise or as we breathe. So the breathing is almost always exhale, get the ribs to come in. And then as we inhale, they're not going to fly back up again. They're just going to inhale and expand kind of in 360 degrees rather than just one big elevation of the ribs. So in the first program, I spoke about breathing and just getting that pelvis to tuck under a lot. Now we're trying to introduce a little bit more hip separation. So I don't have hips here, but we kind of want one leg doing one thing while the other does the other thing. So you'll see a lot more side to side type motion, or working the outside of the hip or the inside of the hip. So if I'm side lying, I'm trying to get the pelvis to move this way. So either this way or this way, and I'm trying to get one hip to be maybe coming back while the other hip comes forward. So you're going to start to see a lot of that. That is really just human locomotion, human walking, running, everything. So there's a lot of strength work. There's a lot of breathing, a lot of mobility, but none of it should be too difficult. If you find anything too difficult, don't worry. You don't have to have mastered everything from Phase 1. If you want to sprinkle some pieces in from Phase 1, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you take things slow, ask plenty of questions, join the Facebook group. And I would really love if you could tag me on Instagram and all that stuff if you're using any of the videos. And it's always nice to get a little form check as well. So and we can help spread the word, because I think this is the basics that people need to be able to do. And then as you progress through your training, this stuff will stand to you, and this stuff you can always kind of check back in with it. It's not that we'll need to do it forever, but we need to have these boxes ticked as we progress on. So very best of luck with it, and I'll see you on the other side.